When we're telling our children that it's really important to take care of the earth and putting them in a building that objectifies that, exemplifies that, I don't know how we could make that better for them.
A lot of what we do at a Waldorf school is show rather than tell.
I think a green building does that perfectly.
Green design is not just a good fit for Waldorf pedagogy, it's really the only fit, because Waldorf pedagogy is designed to really promote thinking, as in really looking at issues and following them through to their ultimate logical conclusion. Not just surface thinking, but real, deep, true thinking. And anyone who applies real, deep, true, honest thinking to everyday life immediately comes to the conclusion that it's imperative to preserve our natural resources. And so you follow that out logically. You're going to teach children this in a building. The building itself has to reflect those principles.
It's important to design schools green for a number of reasons. I think the most obvious reason is that we want our kids to be as healthy as they possibly can be and work and study and be in the healthiest environments possible.
It's healthier, it's for both the inhabitant, for the environment, it's creating less waste, it's creating less demand on the energy systems, it's in general enhancing the environment. It's also helping the bottom line. This building is going to run smoother.
The systems that are in the building, the high-performance systems, you'll begin to see that energy savings right away. That converts quite quickly to then pay for those systems that were in the building.
Our definition of green building is using the best of the ancient materials and methods, such as cob construction, working with clay, working with catching water and holding it on the site in cisterns, green roofs. These things have been done for centuries. So we've got the best of those things, and also in combination the most high-tech technologies like the living machine that's going to treat wastewater, and high-tech systems such as the geothermal mechanical systems, and hopefully we'll set the bar that much higher for green schools.
For green buildings, the goal ultimately is to emulate nature, to be able to process its own waste, process its own, and produce its own food. To be a holistic system is the ultimate goal of a green building. And LEED is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, and it's a national criteria tool established to help in designing in the building, and then in the end to evaluate the building and how green it is, how sustainable it is. The Charlottesville Waldorf School is intended to go for the platinum level of LEED, which is the highest level possible.
One of the design elements of the building is a thermal mass wall, and it'll be a cob wall, and cob is a mixture of clay and straw. It's a kind of slurry that the volunteers, the students, and the teachers, the community can literally have their hands in constructing. It's designed to receive the heat from the sun in the wintertime and then release it slowly throughout the day.
When you begin to show people the benefits of building green from a dollars and cents standpoint, their ears really, perk up. That's something that people can relate to, whether they have any connection with the school or not. And I think it's something that when people begin to learn about it, not only are they interested in supporting the school, but then they can begin to see how they too can integrate green building and green living measures into their own lives.
In the current design, part of the building is living roof, part of the building is a metal roof to catch the water. But the living roof, first of all, it's simply beautiful. It's as if the meadow were lifted on top of the building. So I think it would be a really inspiring kind of place.
The campaign committee, they take very seriously their responsibility to the larger community to get people in the know about building green and to encourage people to build green. That's why we're not just doing regular fundraising dinners. Instead, we're taking the extra effort to organize green building symposia. We're looking at putting together a lecture series. We're building partnerships with organizations, all because, at the end of the day, it's about more than one school.
One thing that might happen if the Meadow Creek Parkway goes through is the interconnection of all these parks with this linear park that will be associated with the parkway. And the land will be an integral part of a green corridor for Charlottesville.
And the school is delighted to be offering nearly 2 of our 13 acres in the form of a public access easement to the county's proposed green corridor.
It's really also a tremendous synergy for the Waldorf community here to be part of such an important interconnectivity of people, of land, of nature, and to play an important role in our community.
A big part of the campaign to build the greenest school is not just building the greenest school, it's about developing partnerships with other organizations, environmental organizations, city officials, developers.
All of these groups have an interest with us in our building green and our demonstrating low-impact building, high-performance building in this community.
How we started the design of the school was to, first of all, get an understanding of the land and the topography and the solar orientation.
It's a marvelous piece of land. The first day I walked on it, I was stunned. I had no idea that there were huge trees, ferns, so much natural beauty, gorgeous rock outcrops right here in the center of town. And the other thing the land had was a large metal dump.
It was used as a kind of junkyard, and in green terminology that's described as a brownfield.
It's another perfect aspect of this land for the Charlottesville Waldorf School to be building the greenest school in America on such a piece of land, because really all land has the impact of human activity.
The design is trying to honor the site, restore it, and heal it. And so you have the possibility of a transformation of a kind of brownfield into a place where children play and learn.
The Charlottesville Waldorf Foundation is a foundation on the move. It's dedicated to what I think is an infectious change. From the moment I first heard about the Waldorf Foundation's goals, I've wanted to become more and more involved, and I've seen other people around feel the same way. This is a foundation that's really dedicated to a once-in-a-lifetime change opportunity. It's a change opportunity that'll be around us here for the years to come, and it will also be a teaching opportunity for other organizations and schools and communities around the country.
By building a LEED Platinum building, the greenest school in the country, and by doing it for only 2 to 15% more than it would cost to build a regular building, we're going to empower our community and other communities to do the same.
This green school will leave a legacy, not only for future children who go to the Waldorf School, but really the reduced impact of our building green leaves a legacy for everyone on the planet.
It's a very fast returning legacy, and by that I mean you can see the effects of supporting this project not in a matter of generations, but in a matter of years and sometimes even months. Through our outreach and education component of our campaign, we're teaching people now about building green, and people are learning now and making a difference now. And in the long term, again, we want to see LEED Platinum elementary schools popping up all around the country, not in a matter of generations, but in a matter of years.
It makes perfectly good sense to me, that if someone said that they could make a building that would save money, that would be more energy efficient, and that's also good for the kids and the teachers' health. I think that would be to me, a no-brainer to be able to support a school like that.
I decided to make a major contribution to this campaign because given the situation in the world today with wars being fought over resources with huge human and environmental impact, I see this campaign as a ray of hope in a way that I can actually make a pretty big difference in the world through my action.
We know that we don't have the kind of earth we were born into. We want to make sure that our children have an earth that's improved from the one they were born into. And I think people beyond education, beyond our particular school, can see the virtue of that, can see the value in putting their energies and their resources behind what we're doing.
I really can't think of a better use for money than promoting intelligent, thoughtful use of our planet's resources by action and by modeling behavior for the generations that are to follow.
Responsibility taken on by individuals and individual organizations will be what makes the difference.
Let's be wise in the use of our resources. Let's show others that it can be done. And then let's do it.